So be it, Jedi.
What's going on, guys? Back in another video. The time has finally come. The wait is over. Hot Toys announced a sculpted Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. Something that should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion, but better late than never. We're going to talk about it today and find out if those that bought the Artisan are SOL, if they got duped, or if the figure they bought is going to hold on to its value. Check out these photos here. We have Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith. As you can see, the sculpted hair looks phenomenal. This is probably up there with the best sculpted hair I've ever seen. Not anything new here in terms of tailoring the body. It looks to be the exact same we saw with Artisan. And what's crazy about this figure is we get the swap out eyes. Now, this is the first time they've done this with a figure, I believe. And the technology is there. They know that people do it. They know that it's possible and easy to do. So the fact that they didn't make this two figures is cool. You got to give them their flowers when it's due. And yeah, these eyes look pretty good. You know, they're yellow and red and not just orange and red. They seem to be pretty accurate. And about this head sculpt, I'm not sure if it's reuse or not. It looks very similar to the Sith Apprentice version, but in some photos, it looks very different as well. Here we have another shot with the different eyes. And to be honest, in some of these photos, the likeness does look pretty strange, but I'll chalk it up to just the photos. And I don't want to be I don't want to be difficult in saying, but I think in some of these photos, he looks a lot better with the Sith eyes. And I don't know exactly why that is. I don't know. As you can see here, exact body that we saw with the Artisan versions. Nothing different aside from the head sculpt. But check this out. There is the painting droid base that we saw with the original Dark Side Anakin being reused here. It looks a bit different, as we'll get to in a little bit. Something I noticed, I mean, not upon initially seeing these photos, but soon thereafter, was there's actually quite a bit of weathering on this outfit. And that's because this is, I mean, obviously scene specific to Revenge of the Sith and the duel on Mustafar. So there's some weathering on the tabards, around his leg, which you can't really see too well in this photo. Here we have a shot of him with a red LED lightsaber that we'll be getting, and with the Sith eyes. Like I said, this looks very similar to the Sith Apprentice version, but it's hard to tell that it's, 100%. There's another shot of the painting droid base. The figure looks pretty good. Now this photo, kind of strange. Like I said, some of them don't look the best, but I think the figure is going to turn out pretty good. Now this shot, probably the worst in the entire photo gallery. This is, honestly, I cannot see Hayden Christensen in this at all. I don't know what it is about maybe the angle, but the next one looks pretty good though. See, that looks like very indicative of the original Dark Side Anakin. So I like that shot, but that last one did not look good. Now here we have an episode 3 Obi-Wan tease. Now I think this is coming. I think this is inevitable. The reservations I do have are, do I want battle damage dirty versions? Why they chose to do this, I don't know. Maybe it's to keep the Artisan, to have some level of value. I want an episode 3 Obi-Wan, of course, but do I want a clean version? I mean, will they give us a clean version, or is this the only one we're going to get? Is he going to come with swap out robes? It's a very interesting question, but I think it's inevitable. Here we have the painting droid, which is pretty different than the original. The original is kind of missing the flight stand here. There's really not a whole lot of gap between the lava and the droid. Of course, that one has LED light up, and I don't know if this one does. Still looks good. I'm glad they're doing it differently in some other way. It's pretty awesome. It's one of the best bases they've done, especially with this figure they're trying to do. Here we go, separate rolling eyeballs. And as you can see here, which we'll get to, I think, in the next photo. Oh, my bad. Yeah, see, let's look at the comparison between the Sith eyes and the blue eyes. I think what is throwing me off is you get interchangeable bangs or fringes, whoever, depending on where you're at. I think he looks better with the bangs on the left. I know that, of course, his hair moves around. That's what hair does. But I think the sculpt on the left is what makes it look better, and that's why the one on the right's throwing me off. Let me know what you think. Cool, innovative. I like when they do this. I'm glad that they're doing something different. And as I said, this hair looks so good. I don't know why anybody would want rooted hair. I mean, you like what you like, I guess. And here we have something that's super exciting to see. That's the Obi-Wan. Very heavily weathered. As I said, this Anakin is pretty weathered too. It's just harder to tell because of the outfit. And what he's standing on is, the base from Revenge of the Sith. Very indicative of the Black Series figures that just came out. Something that people were wanting, for the longest time. And I think they wouldn't go this far just to tease it. I think this is inevitable. This is coming soon. As I said, I'm not sure that I would prefer a dirty battle damaged Obi-Wan over a clean one, because neither of these figures are going to come with their robe. I don't think so, at least. Because it's supposed to be, the Mustafar dual version. Which, take that however you want. I think it should come with a robe, just in case. But, obviously they wouldn't wear it in this scene. But this is 100% the kit bash that everybody's been doing. I mean, you can see the separate head sculpt on the fixed neck seam right there. This is a new figure. Like I said, 100% probably just the Clone Wars sculpt. I don't know why they would retool it. That was pretty good. And probably the OG Revenge of the Sith, outfit and tailoring. I mean, all you have to do is remake it and make it dirty. This is awesome. This is exciting. I wonder if if Obi-Wan will come with a deluxe with and without the base, or what the price will be for the figure with the base. Because, dude, this Anakin's $310. Why is it $310? Why is the everyday price of a figure becoming more and more expensive? I mean, I'm not paying $310 for this thing. I'm going to wait for my rewards to come in from Sideshow and probably save $50, $60 if I can help it. I don't know. Hobby's getting very expensive for it seems to be no reason. And, you don't have to buy from Sideshow, but if you buy from Sideshow, you're going to spend 20% extra before out the door. 20% MSRP by the time you pay tax, tariffs, and shipping. It comes out to about 20% more. So $310, you're looking at an extra $65. You're gonna pay $375 for this figure out the door. Almost $400 for something that, I mean, doesn't come with a whole lot, right? I mean, it's really getting really hard to justify the prices on these figures when they're not giving you as much as they can. I digress. Let me know if you think the price is fair, or if they're just taking advantage of the fact that collectors want this figure. I think $275, $280 would have been a lot more fair, but I digress. And here we have, the photo that wraps up everything. 2 LED light up lightsabers, which is cool. I wish they were better, but, better than the battery powered ones, right? Swap out eyes, swap out bangs, which is cool. Like I said, the likeness looks pretty dang good. I don't think they're going to miss. You get 2 different bases. That's cool. Didn't notice that second base the first time. And of course, the array of hands we've gotten for every Episode 3 Anakin. Other than that, it looks awesome. Super excited to get it. But if you've got rewards, put them towards this figure. Don't pay full price for this. It's not worth $310 in my opinion. As awesome as this is, I'm still not going to sell my dark side Anakin. For what I paid for that figure, there's no way I could sell it and get my money back. So I'm going to have 2 Episode 3 Anakins. And I think that's awesome that they give you the separate eyes so you could have him, in 2 different looks. So let me know what you think. Are you going to sell your Artisan Anakin? Are you going to sell your OG, older figure, the MMS figure? Are you going to hold on to him because you paid out the wazoo and you wouldn't get your money back? Let me know. I think that, there are some Anakins that are worth having over others, and this is probably one that you should probably have. Yeah, super excited offering here. Just wish the price wasn't egregious. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you excited? You feel scorned? Did you overpay for the Artisan? Because a lot of people did, and if you did, well, can't really blame you because, we've all been there, but at the same time, kind of knew this was coming, right? So, anyway, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, see you in the next one.
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.